Hey everyone, how's it going? Matt here. Today is Wednesday, May 7th, and welcome to the show. So this first story today is about Emily Lett's viral abortion video. She's a 25-year-old abortion counselor at a clinic in New Jersey, and she posted her operation and her pre- and post-operation thoughts on YouTube. So as you would expect, pro-life people have labeled her vile and disgusting, and pro-choice people have labeled her brave and heroic. So obviously, nothing new there. She says that neither her nor her partner were using any type of birth control or contraceptives. So they have unprotected sex, knowing that neither of them are on birth control or anything like that, and she gets pregnant. She then gets an abortion, and that's supposed to be a positive story. She says she's not ready for kids, and that's okay, but then if you're going to be having unprotected sex, why don't you go on birth control? Or just don't have unprotected sex. It's not hard to, make sure your boyfriend is strapped up before you guys get intimate. She works at an abortion clinic. How hard could it possibly be for her to, get condoms or access or information even on getting access to a birth control prescription? I can't imagine that it's hard at all. So that's my main problem. I do have one general question for anybody who has any insight. I've always wondered why women abort kids rather than birthing them and then putting them up for adoption. I've never understood the benefit that people see in aborting rather than putting them up for adoption. So, she made a stupid decision to have unprotected sex and then she had an abortion. I just don't see why that should be rewarded or praised or anything. What do you guys think? Leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts. I did link the abortion video in the description down below. You should check it out. It's pretty interesting. It's not graphic or gross or anything like that, so you're safe in that department. Check it out and let me know your thoughts. So this next story is about Monica Lewinsky. She's back after 2 decades of quiet. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised. I thought she had become irrelevant, but the media is blowing up now. Really, for me, I think she won me over with her response to Beyonce's Partition lyric. I read several stories and this is the one that stuck with me. It made me laugh. In the song, Beyonce says, "Monica Lewinsky'd all over my gown." In Monica Lewinsky's response to this, in her essay, she said, "Thanks, Beyonce, but if we're verbing, I think you meant Bill Clinton'd all over my gown." Personally, I'm a fan of anyone who can laugh at themselves and poke fun at themselves. And, this was a big deal back in the 90s. Now she's using it as a teaching tool. So that's good for her. Hopefully she can continue to use that to help people. I think that's very good. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you like me, where you thought she was just gone, irrelevant? Or are you still upset about the 90s? Or, what's going through your head? So this last story I have for you today is about Willow Smith, Will Smith's daughter. It's kind of weird. It's Moises Arias, and that's a really unfortunate last name to have right now, especially in the US. But Moises Arias, he played Rico back on Hannah Montana, of all things. He posted a shirtless pic on Instagram of him laying on a bed with Willow Smith. Now, Moises Arias is 20 years old and Willow Smith is 13. The picture isn't sexual, they don't look like they're touching, but like I said, it makes me uncomfortable, like uneasy. So of course there was some backlash and Arias deleted it off his Instagram account. There's nowhere to hide on the internet, so that picture's all over the place. So be sure you check it out so you can judge for yourself. Okay guys, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching. Make sure you leave some feedback. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you tomorrow.